Has the universe ever sent you a sign while you were at your lowest? I was 3 months behind on rent when my landlord served eviction papers. That same day, my mom called saying she needed surgery but couldn't afford it. I felt completely powerless. The eviction notice gave me 5 days. 5 days to come up with $2,400 or lose everything. I'd been working double shifts at the warehouse, but medical bills from my own emergency room visit had drained every penny. My credit cards were maxed out and I'd already borrowed what I could from friends. I spent that entire week in panic mode. Applied for loans, rejected instantly. Called every family member. My uncle hung up when I mentioned money. My dad, who I hadn't spoken to in years, told me I'd made my bed. Banks wouldn't even look at my application. Payday loan places wanted interest rates that would destroy me. The stress was killing me. I wasn't sleeping, barely eating, and the constant knot in my stomach made everything taste like cardboard. My mom kept calling about scheduling her surgery, and I couldn't bring myself to tell her I was about to be homeless. She already felt guilty about the medical costs. My supervisor pulled me aside. They were cutting hours again. My shifts dropped to 3 days a week. I stood in that parking lot calculating if I could survive sleeping in my car. Winter was coming, and my heater barely worked. I called my mom that night, finally ready to confess everything. When she answered, her voice was weaker than usual. The pain was getting worse. She asked when I could send money for the surgery deposit. I lied and said soon, then hung up and cried for an hour. That's when desperation really kicked in. I started looking at things to sell. My laptop, worth maybe $200. My TV, another $150 if I was lucky. My guitar, the one gift my grandfather left me. Pawn shops might give me $300. Even selling everything I owned wouldn't come close to what I needed. I considered asking my ex-girlfriend for help, but we'd ended badly over money issues. My college roommate had his own problems. There was literally no one left to turn to. That night, I sat on my apartment floor surrounded by bills, doing math that never added up. Rent, utilities, mom's surgery deposit. I needed $3,200 total. I had $73 in my account. The math was impossible. I started researching homeless shelters just in case. Most had waiting lists, the ones that didn't require you to be there by 4 p.m. daily or lose your spot. That meant quitting my job. I was trapped in an endless cycle with no way out. Day 5 arrived like a death sentence. I packed my few belongings into boxes, not knowing where I'd store them. My landlord was coming at 6 p.m. I'd failed at everything. Couldn't save my apartment, couldn't help my mom, couldn't even keep myself afloat. I'd always tried to help others, even when I had nothing. My mom raised me to believe kindness mattered, but kindness wasn't paying my bills. Walking to what might be my final shift, I felt completely defeated. People passed by living normal lives while mine crumbled. I kept thinking about that hungry kid I'd given my lunch to last month at the bus stop. Even when I had nothing, I tried to help someone else. That